Well, I just want to thank everyone for coming. I think this might be the most number of people we've had in this entire house at once. This is also maybe the second or third highest number of people looking at me all at the same time.
We're going to close our eyes.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I'm the kind of person that has a almost irrational acceptance of people, seeing a lot of good in people, a lot of good things in this world, no matter how many times I turn on CNN or Fox News or whatever. But, and I'm, for a long time I'm not really sure why I never really gave up on people, and why I see a lot of potential and goodness in them. But when Roy went on a hospice care, and I saw the number of people that came by during that weekend to visit us, and Barbara Van Dyke, who I'm still waiting to move in with us, because she's kind of amazing, who was here this whole weekend, called in sick that one day from work to be with us until the end. After seeing everyone here, my best friend here, who has destroyed several different comfort levels to be here, but that's what friends do. I now have more proof than I could ever need in why I see goodness in people, and that's because of everyone that is here and everyone that has helped out. The weeks that people have been bringing food for dinner every night, and then all the people that want to still bring dinner after this party was over. It's just really quite something. And to bring this back to Roy, finally, even though there's a lot of good in people, it still takes someone to bring that goodness out. And Roy did that better than most, if not everyone I've ever met. And I think that's very clear in everyone that's here, and everyone who has gone out of their way, drove hours, crossed state lines, just to be here, because of one life, one person. Me and Roy were very different, which is good, because honestly, if there was another one of me in the house, I'm not really sure if we could have made it. But we were very different people. I'm more like heart on the sleeve kind of thing, can't shut up, all of that whole thing. But Roy was much more spare with his words, because, I think he wanted to wait until it was important to say something, which is something I think people in general should probably pick up more on, including me. But he was always there to help me out. I'm sure that I destroyed his comfort levels several times with my antics, but he didn't complain. He was there. He didn't run away. He didn't leave. And it takes a lot of courage to be where you are, no matter what happens where you are. And one last thing. I guess I have a funny story. This was several years ago. I can't remember if it was around the time we retired, but he had this cell phone that wasn't really working right. So he was standing at the counter, and I was kind of watching him, and I was kind of saying, any chance I can help you out? And he was just kind of fumbling around with it. And then, Roy didn't really have outbursts very often, but I guess he just kind of had enough at the time. And he went, stupid piece of shit! And he threw the phone down on the ground, and he said, "Arr." And he picked up the phone, and it kind of worked again. For a while, at least.
I still don't work.
But just like everything else he said, when it came to his humor, he waited until just kind of the right moment to be funny. And so it just feels weird to go from just like 4 people in our house to like all these. I keep waiting for that 5th person, for Roy to show back up, and you know, the house just feels empty, and it feels very different. I mean, 20 years. That's a long time. That's a well, it's just hard to go from like 20 years to no years just like that. And I was sitting at the kitchen counter the other day, and it was like probably 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning, because I stay up until then every single night because I'm a crazy person. But Roy used to sit at the counter, in the kitchen counter, almost every night, playing solitaire on his computer, looking at stocks, and I never really sat there. Like, I just never really thought to. But the other day, I sat down there and looked at the house from where he often looked at it. And it looked different. It seemed different. And I think for the first time I got the idea of what he saw, and that was a home and a house that he built for all of us, for us to enjoy long after he's gone. And I'll always be grateful, because I couldn't have done most of the things that I've done without him. And once again, I want to thank everyone for being here. Tony Bailey for, you know, spending a ton of time during the weekend. Actually, when she first came upstairs and came to my room, because I was hiding in my room for part of the weekend because I was just like, I couldn't deal with what was going on. When she started talking to me, I actually thought she sounded like a grief counselor. So for a second, I thought she was a grief counselor. But that's a compliment, because that's a tough job, and to, you know, but she really was great. And once again, and Barbara Van Dyke was just like there all weekend. I swear to God, it's finding a friend like that is just really difficult. I should know. But yeah, thank you for all for coming, and I definitely feel all the love in the world here. Thank you.